First up on the agenda, we are making Elyse's blueberry protein muffins, but we are tweaking them to my protein pumpkin muffins. So a lot of y'all have been asking how I make these. These is not my original recipe. I want to stress that. She has her blueberry muffin free recipe on Instagram. I will link it down below, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to make the protein pumpkin muffins going forward. So everything you need is out right here. I want to stress these muffin liners that she suggested to us, and I highly recommend, because there's so much batter in here that when it rises, it's gonna all stay in the muffin cups and it's not gonna have any spillage, and you're gonna get the full big old muffins. I highly recommend get a huge pack, as you guys can see off of Amazon. I will have it linked down below. I did hit it with a little bit of nonstick already. These are gonna make 12. So you're gonna need some protein powder. We are using the pumpkin pie. PEScience is my favorite for this. NBURGESS gets you a discount. Some Lakanto monk fruit sweetener, some all-purpose flour. I'm using the King Arthur's unbleached kind, baking powder, vanilla extract, some pure organic pumpkin, regular pumpkin, doesn't matter, pumpkin pie spice, some salt, 2 eggs, and some fat-free milk. First thing I'm gonna add are some wet ingredients. We're gonna do the pumpkin. I'm doing a cup, which is 240 grams. You can use your food scale and weigh it out like I'm doing, or you can just use a measuring cup. You want to be as precise as possible if you're counting macros and if you're in a calorie deficit and all that good stuff. But if you don't care, it's just 1 cup, 240 grams. Next, we're going to add our 2 eggs to the bowl and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you're weighing it out, it's going to be about 5 grams. We're going to go ahead and give this a whisk, get all the eggs and the pumpkin together before we add any more ingredients. We're going to add our sweetener. You can add Lakanto, Swerve, whatever you want in here, but we are doing 1 cup of any type of artificial sweetener. You might think that's a lot, but you're gonna need it to get the sweetness in these muffins. These are protein muffins after all, so we're gonna add our PEScience pumpkin pie. Exactly 75 grams is going in. I am using my food scale for this. It's a lot of protein powder. That's why I recommended you guys really jump on this pumpkin pie when they released it, because we're gonna be making all kinds of fun stuff with it. I use it in my coffee every single morning to have like a pumpkin pie latte. Absolutely am obsessed with this stuff. Next, we're adding our all-purpose flour, and I'm not weighing mine out, but I am going to level it off with my knife over here to make sure I'm being as precise as possible with getting my dry ingredients in there. And number 2, I know you can't see it over here, but we are leveling it off, making it even. Half a teaspoon of salt. Y'all know Redmond's is my choice. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. You can add more or less to this if you want, but I have found if you're using the PEScience protein powder, then 1 teaspoon is all you need. But I go a little heavy-handed, not gonna lie. I like a lot. And last but not least, we're gonna do half of a cup. Almost put a cup in. That would have been bad. They would have been runny at that point. Half a cup of our fat-free milk. Everything's in our bowl. Now we're just gonna give it a whisk. You can use an electric mixer if you want. I will probably bust mine out in a second. Yeah, because this ain't gonna cut it. This is the consistency that you want. Let's put them in our muffin tins. They look ready to go. They are all equally distributed. I do like shake mine down so it like evens out the batter in there. She says to bake these on 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. I have had to like watch them. I usually put them on 25 and then add a couple of minutes. So I will try to remember the added minutes to be exact for you for my oven, but remember all ovens are gonna vary, and baking with protein powder is tricky, but that PEScience is the best that I have ever found when baking with. It doesn't make your stuff dry, even if you have a little mistake with going over on your time. So I'll be most exact and keep an eye on it for you guys, but we're gonna start out 350, 25 minutes. It just came out. They might look like they're done. They're super soft, but the inside is all raw. So 25 minutes, we're gonna go back in for 3 minutes. Just took them out. That extra 3 minutes was all they needed, because if you let them sit in here, they're gonna cook outside of the oven as well a little bit. So 28 minutes is golden for me, to where they are a little bit gooey in the middle, a little bit soft, but they are not dry as all hell with protein powder. You don't want the Sahara Desert protein powder muffins. Not a good taste. Next on the agenda is some burger patties. I'm making my bacon cheeseburger wraps. I will have that video linked down below for you guys in the description box on how to make the entire recipe. That's what I'm having for lunch all week. This upcoming week, I make my breakfast and my lunch super simple and just have it on repeat. That way I'm not reinventing the wheel and going crazy for meal prep day. Keep it simple. I cannot stress that enough. That's why you haven't seen a lot of meal prep videos from me, because I've just been keeping it basic, high protein, low calorie, and not overcomplicated. So I've got these lean ground beef patties I get from Walmart. I love these. Macros are great. They're already done. You can make your own. They're 160 calories, 8 grams of fat, and 22 grams of protein. So I'm going to take these out the package and I'm going to douse them liberally. Y'all know I like seasoning with this buttery burger blend. I have more. I get this at Walmart. It's the only place I can find it. I have never found it in a big one at Sam's or anywhere else. Y'all let me know if you have, but it is so good in ground meat in general. But burgers, it's just icing on the cake. I'm actually gonna let these sit out. I just got them out the fridge and let them get to room temperature before I go and cook them on my Blackstone griddle outside. I always like to get my beef steaks to room temperature before I cook them. I just think they cook the best that way, and that way you're not gonna overcook them. While we're waiting for our burgers to get to room temperature, we are prepping a couple of things for the boys. I am doing the themed lunch boxes for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Y'all know we love doing those here every single year. They get a kick out of it, and I thoroughly enjoy doing it. So we are making Hocus Pocus brownies. I made these in last year's lunchbox videos, but since the Hocus Pocus 2 came out, I mean, come on, it's only appropriate, right? And these are so easy. So all you need is a box of brownie mix. You need your ingredients to go in the brownie mix. I'm gonna use coconut oil instead of vegetable oil, and you need some black icing. I actually got this black gel icing from Dollar Tree. I was running low, and it's almost $3 for the one at Walmart, so just $1.25. Great deal over there. Check your Dollar Tree. And then I have these candy eyes from last year we're going to use to make our Hocus Pocus spell books. They're so freaking cute, and you're not going to believe how easy it is. So let's whip it up. Brownies are done. I'm gonna let them cool before I cut them and start to decorate them into our Hocus Pocus spell books. Brownies are cooled enough. I was able to get them out. They're nice and fudgy. I have those, and I have extras that I probably won't decorate. Maybe put some of those M&Ms on top or something and just call it a day. I only need so many for the lunch boxes. I mean, we could be here all day decorating. So for the Hocus Pocus books, super easy. So what we're gonna do is we're going to make like a wavy line outside for our binding of our book, and then we're going to go down and then go across like stitching. This is the hardest part, to make it actually go like stitching. If you have a good gel icing, it usually works pretty good. This one from the Dollar Tree is not disappointing thus far. We're going to make a little squiggly line over here, a couple of little half circles, and then we're going to make a big circle, and then we're going to put our googly eye right there on top of that icing. And there you have it, my friends. We have a Hocus Pocus spooky spellbook brownie all done. Might not be the most perfect, but they're good enough in our book. I love the way these come out. Next up, we are making some cake cookies. Now, I've never used a boxed cake mix to make cookies. I've seen it all over Pinterest. We're going to try it today, so it will either be a epic win or epic fail for you guys. This is what the recipe that I found is calling for: a box of whatever cake mix you want, 2 eggs, 1/3 cup of melted butter, and then whatever toppings you want. So we are making these like witch style, Hocus Pocus style. So I got these M&Ms in the cool colors, the purple, the orange, and the green. The mix was all I could get, which is like the milk chocolate, peanut butter, and peanut, but my kids don't mind. So I'm actually gonna add these on top afterwards so you can see them, and they look super spooky after we bake them. But let's mix this together. It looks super easy. Fingers crossed it comes out the way it's supposed to. We're gonna bake these on 350 degrees for 8 minutes. I ended up cooking mine 2 more minutes, so 350 for 10 minutes. Seems to be perfect. I can pick them up. They're not falling apart, but they're still nice and soft. Hopefully they'll stay that way, but they look so cute. Perfect. Burgers have been sitting, everything else is done. Blackstone is roaring and ready to go. Let's slap them on. Burgers are all done, and before you come for me for the redness, I like mine medium rare, but we are going to be reheating these in the microwave. So I always like to undercook them a little bit because they're going to cook a little bit while sitting here, and then reheating them, I don't want them to be dry, just like our baked. Here are our protein muffins. They are, like I said, you don't need to cook them anymore because they do harden up as they cook in the pan when you let them go out. I do refrigerate mine, and then I pop them in the microwave the morning of about 15 seconds. And the favorite thing to add to the top of mine is this American Dream pumpkin cheesecake almond butter. So good, about 5 grams on each muffin. It is delicious. Thank me later. So good. I'll have everything typed out in the description box as far as the macros and the ingredients to make these pumpkin protein muffins. Again, thanks to Elyse for the original blueberry muffin recipe, which I also recommend. Got my burgers here that are ready for those cheeseburger bacon wraps. I have that link down below. Here's our Hocus Pocus brownies, looking so freaking cute. And I was blown away by these cake cookies. How easy, and for every occasion that you can just get a regular old box of cake mix and make it any way that you want, and cheaper too, and they probably are going to taste delicious. By the way, don't ask me macros for the kid things. This is not macro friendly. This is fun friendly for the season. So that's gonna do it for this meal prep video. I haven't done one of these in a hot second, but I figured y'all would love to see how I make the boys actual treats for their lunch boxes, and y'all have been screaming for this protein pumpkin muffin recipe.